Every single seller on Amazon has had that fateful and dreadful day of essentially when they get performance notification and it's a product compliance issue of some kind from Amazon's automated system. And it looks like Amazon is finally doing something about their automated system that likes to run wild sometimes. My name is Noah Wickham. I am VP of Sales and Marketing here at My Amazon Guy. And Amazon essentially has now released seller challenges. So, what are seller challenges? Essentially, under the account health assurance team, you can now seller challenge any product compliance problem that arises. Essentially, the way that works is that you get 3 initially of these seller challenges. If you challenge a product compliance issue that comes up on your listing, then you end up getting that compliance removed immediately, you get your seller challenge back and you stay with 3 seller challenges for future product compliance issues. Now, if you raise this seller challenge of whatever the product compliance issue is, and Amazon deems that no, our system did in fact flag this correctly, then you lose that seller challenge for a period of 6 months, but you get it back after 6 months. So they are limited quantity, limited supply, but only in the sense that if you are seller challenging things that are in fact true compliance issues that Amazon has flagged. Now, a couple of things. Why would Amazon even have this in the first place? I think it's because they realize that their system likes to just overestimate and overdo it when it comes to compliance issues. Every single person I know has had some kind of pesticide claim at some point in time when their product has nothing to do with it. Same thing with hazardous goods and hazardous materials. This is something that I think this will benefit very, very heavily, where people consistently are getting flagged for being a hazardous material when their product has literally zero to do with hazardous materials. So how does it work as a whole? Well, essentially, all you have to do to use the seller challenge is go to the product policy compliance page. You'll start a response to an issue. So if you are on that page, essentially it would be under here, under your policy compliance. You start a issue or the response to it. There will be a little button that says look for this, or sorry, it'll say seller challenge text on eligible enforcements. And then finally, you'll select that to access the submission form. So once you actually do it, essentially it talks a little bit about what happens to my unused seller challenges if I lose my account health assurance eligibility. You'll no longer have access to them. So you do have to be enrolled in account health assurance if you're not already. For those that don't know what account health assurance is, essentially is this right here. So go to your account health right now. If you don't have account health insurance enrollment, you absolutely should. You should go over to account health and get yourself enrolled. It's just a little checkbox right here. We'll ask you a few questions and it helps you a lot in these situations. Now, can I use my seller challenge on any enforcement? Yes, you can on eligible listing level enforcements only. So basically, a seller challenge icon will appear and seller challenge text. Can I have multiple challenges open at the same time? Yes, you can. So basically, this is just Amazon's way of saying, hey, we know that sometimes our system screws up. And we know that when our system screws up, sellers have to open up support cases. They have to then go through those support cases. They have to figure out very quickly, what am I going to do about this? It also stops and disrupts their business because it usually takes the listing down for whatever the product compliance issue is. So I think this is a really, really good tactic for Amazon to use as far as like giving another layer for sellers to immediately just be like seller challenge. That said, all this kind of just seems like also at the same time is just a button where people are going to abuse it and just boom, be like, boom, seller challenge, seller challenge, seller challenge. It just seems like an easy button for opening a seller support case and getting someone to actually look to see, does this make sense? That's all it really seems like to me. Now, I think the people that more than likely are going to have the highest benefit of this are, again, people who are in supplements, people who are selling child products, people who are selling products that could get flagged for hazardous goods. I work with a couple of clients right now with inside our agency where they frequently will get hazardous good claims on their products because of 1 or 2 items within it that are frequently hazardous goods, but theirs are not, right? And so we get that claim removed all the time, but this seems like essentially, like I said, the easy button to press. If anybody remembers the old Office Max thing where you could just slap the easy button and you'll get that seller support case immediately started and somebody to look at it. Now, is it actually going to be immediate? I don't know. I think that's going to be the real test of time. I haven't seen this in action yet, but as soon as I see it in action, I'll get a video out and record essentially of utilizing it and what that looks like. And so I like this move from Amazon, but at the same time, it kind of just seems like they should just solve the root problem here, which is fix your system. Fix your compliance system that is overtly flagging product listings when it really should not. There is zero reason why you should have a system in place that false flags products for all of these compliance issues all the time, especially products where they already have the certifications. They already have all of the compliance documentation. They've uploaded that, so why are we still getting product compliance issues of some kind? Just seems like my 2 cents on the matter at the end of the day. So I do think this will be helpful to a lot of sellers, again, who have frequent compliance issues that they tend to win. I also think that this will be heavily abused by people who have compliance issues who are just going to, essentially say, slap the easy button on it. So we'll see how this plays out at the end of the day. My guess is that, again, majority of people won't even be able to utilize it because not too many people at the end of the day get product compliance issues all the time. So, interesting nonetheless from Amazon. I am holding my breath to see how actually useful it is, though.